Eric Weinstein has a theory about Elon Musk.
Elon is very mysterious in a way that somehow nobody seems to notice. One of his slogans is ad astra, to the stars, right? But you can't get to the stars using SpaceX because it's a chemical rocket company. So what the heck? He's not investing in physics. He was going to go into a physics grad school. I think he has a physics BA. So there's something very, very strange about Elon, which is that he's focused on getting to the stars. He doesn't seem to have any interest in physicists. And he has a chemical rocket company. What's going on? His real space company, I think, is not SpaceX.
Grab your popcorn, folks. We're about to find out what Elon Musk's real space company is, according to Eric Weinstein. Now, just to clarify a couple of his points, for those who aren't particularly well versed in physics, the chemical rocket company, e.g. SpaceX, will be able to send humans to many nearby locations within our solar system, Moon, Mars. I mean, there's probably not too many other places you'd want to go. Some of them are a little bit hot, others a little cold, and some of them don't really have a solid surface. But the point that Eric's making here is that a rocket is not going to get you to another star system, the closest of which, by the way, is approximately 4 light years from here. So take a moment and leave a guess in the comments below. Which of Musk's companies do you think that Eric is about to describe as his real space company? Pause the video, leave a guess below. I'm about to resume, so let's find out.
It's XAI. It's Grok.
Wow. Let's break this down a little more.
Sure. Look at the logo for Grok. I think it's like a black hole profile.
Can confirm it is a black hole. This is a black hole, not a literal black hole. We can't quite image them this clearly yet. The name black hole comes from the point where there's such strong gravity that space-time folds in on itself and nothing can escape, including light, hence a literal black hole. What we have here on the outside is the accretion disk. Matter falls in rather rapidly. This whole structure rotates. As it's falling in, you get this disk of matter spinning faster and faster and faster before either getting ejected or sucked in beyond the event horizon, never to be seen or heard from again. Well, I mean, actually, technically, maybe don't even get me started on wormholes. The point, this structure here, the accretion disk, the black hole, this is literally the Grok logo. It represents a black hole. Eric isn't guessing. I mean, he might have been guessing, but he's correct. If anyone's curious, this, by the way, is an actual black hole, the best image we've got thus far, M87. So can confirm, the Grok logo includes a black hole. Back to Eric.
Look at its slogan, to understand the universe. I think he's given up on the corruption of science. He keeps talking about the fact that he doesn't like the term researcher. He believes only in engineers. He's constantly really running down scientists. Now, I don't think he doesn't believe in scientists. I think he thinks that science has gotten corrupted and he doesn't want to deal with it. And I think what he's doing is he's building Grok to do science in a time when humans are too corrupt to be truthful and real.
Eric is definitely over the target here. Now, look, he may not have guessed exactly as to the exact reasoning behind Musk's decision, but it is a fact. The whole point of Grok is to understand the universe. And obviously, as the capabilities of AI continue to improve over time, what better discipline to put super intelligent AI to use than in the field of physics? If we head over to x.ai, the official website here, the first thing we see is Grok, followed by the announcement that XAI, quote, joins SpaceX. Scrolling through the website under the title AI for All Humanity. Grok is your cosmic guide. Explore the universe with AI. Now, this in and of itself, that one sentence, might be a bigger hint than most people realize. As I continue to scroll, we got this interactive graphic. Understand the universe. A bunch of different nodes you can click on. What sparked the universe's birth? What binds the fabric of space-time? Are we alone in eternity's expanse? Clearly, there is a cosmological theme here. The node I'm looking for is what's outside the simulation. I have some theories about this. I think I may have discussed them in some Patreon videos. I've definitely discussed them at length with many friends and family. First, it is extremely obvious. They're telling us the whole purpose of Grok is to understand the universe. And clearly, one of the biggest meaningful things that Grok can do in helping us understand the universe is to make new discoveries in physics, which certainly will include discovering errors we have made in our current incomplete understanding of reality. This will lead to breakthroughs across the board, from genomics, disease prevention, longevity, hardware design, rocket design. A better, if not complete understanding of physics is fundamentally at the core of everything we make and do. A gigabrain AI, in better understanding the universe, will fundamentally allow humans and humanoid robots to better arrange atoms and molecules, meaningfully improving all of our technology, including technology that would, in theory, allow us to explore and expand into the universe. In case you forgot, when XAI was first announced, the first product came to be known as Grok, Elon Musk wrote this. By the way, how much progress have they made? Announced in July 2023, now a dominant AI player. Elon wrote, announcing formation of XAI to understand reality, to which I added, hoping this will include some answers to unsolved questions in physics. Elon Musk responded to this, giving up the entire mission. It's not AGI until it can solve at least one fundamental physics problem. In February 2024, I polled my audience on X, when will AI discover new physics? Most guesses sometime between 2025 and 2027. Back to my theories. I'll try and be as brief as possible before we move on to the most important part of this video. Number one, Grok discovers new physics, new designs, new technologies, and it turns out, I don't know, maybe we can utilize wormholes and get to nearby star systems a lot faster than we thought. Or perhaps it turns out that it isn't actually possible to accelerate mass to the speed of light because that would require infinite energy, so it's a bit of a bottleneck, and maybe the wormholes don't work, but Grok discovers some new designs and helps us improve upon our existing ideas. And the end result is we can actually launch ships from Earth or the Moon or Mars on very long 100,000 million year trips with hardware on board. Let's just call it a empty humanoid robot. Eventually, hundreds of thousands of millions of years later, they've arrived at their destination, nearby stars, and then from Earth, the one thing we can send at the speed of light is information. Like, for example, by then we've probably figured out how to upload a human consciousness, therefore we can send the hardware ahead of time to a nearby star system, transmit the information, aka beam our consciousness, and next minute we have our consciousness in a humanoid form on another star system. Now, I know to some people that sounds kind of insane, but the whole point is with Gigbrain AI, we can probably figure out how to do a lot of things in the future that we cannot do today, which brings me to the entire point of today's video. The clearly stated mission of SpaceX, as Elon Musk reiterated today, is to extend consciousness and life as we know it to the stars. Again, I remind you, the nearest star is 4 light years from Earth. So, if this truly is the mission of SpaceX, by the way it is, then the best chance for SpaceX to achieve this mission is to discover new physics, develop new designs, new technology to either circumvent what we believe to be the limitation based on our current understanding of physics, the speed of light, or, to my second theory, figure out how we can beam our consciousness to other stars. Imagine prompting Grok in the future, hey Grok, how can we best extend consciousness and life as we know it to the stars? Grok responds, well, I've actually discovered some new physics and here's how you could do it. Musk recently announced in this very post a shift in the current focus of SpaceX, which again is directly in line with their mission. I'll explain. Let's read the post. Elon writes, for those unaware, SpaceX has already shifted focus to building a self-growing city on the moon, as we can potentially achieve that in less than 10 years, whereas Mars will take 20 plus years. He then reiterates the mission of SpaceX remains the same. Extend consciousness and life as we know it to the stars. He adds, it is only possible to travel to Mars when the planets align every 26 months, and it's a 6-month trip. One way, FYI. Whereas, we can launch to the moon every 10 days, and it's a 2-day trip, not 6 months. This means we can iterate much faster to complete a moon city than a Mars city. That said, SpaceX will also strive to build a Mars city and begin doing so in about 5 to 7 years. But the overriding priority is securing the future of civilization, and the moon is faster. And again, to be clear, step 1, if your mission is to extend consciousness and life as we know it to the stars, the most critical thing is to ensure that there's still life and consciousness as we know it. Otherwise, it's game over. In response to Musk's post, a user on X said, serious question, why would anyone want to live on either Mars or the moon? And I saw some guy with 3 first names seem to sum it up perfectly with this GIF showing a dinosaur walking on Earth, oblivious to the fact that there was a massive extinction level event about to wipe out not only the dinosaurs, but the vast majority of life on Earth. The most urgent goal of SpaceX, directly in line with its mission, is to ensure that if the metaphorical shit hits the fan on Earth, humanity survives. E.g., where's the quickest body that is not Earth that we can set up a base, a colony of humans? The answer is the moon. Okay, well, let's get a colony set up on the moon first, then another on Mars, then it's game fucking on. Musk with a lot of clarifying posts on this statement on X overnight and today. Quote, "We're still going to Mars, and the time frame for building a self-growing city there is still about the same at 20 to 30 years. He adds that it's possible that revenue from lunar activities might actually accelerate Mars. Musk adds, "The priorities shift, e.g. moon base ahead of Mars base. The priority shift is because I'm worried that a natural or man-made catastrophe stops the resupply ships coming from Earth, causing the colony to die out. We can make the moon city self-growing in less than 10 years, but Mars will take 20 plus years due to the 26-month iteration cycle. That is what matters most. There is also an AI bonus element, but the prime directive must be ensuring the long-term survival of consciousness." There's that word again. Consciousness. SpaceX's mission. Extend consciousness and life as we know it to the stars. So step 1, back up humans, back up consciousness. Literally an off-site backup. So if the shit hits the fan on Earth, well, that's okay. Not ideal, but hey, we're on the moon as well, and then we're on the Mars as well. From there, figure out how to extend consciousness and life as we know it. Not just throughout our solar system, but to the stars. Another post from Musk on this topic. Quote, "The moon would establish a foothold beyond Earth quickly to protect life against risk of a natural or man-made disaster on Earth. We would continue to launch directly from Earth to Mars while possible, rather than moon to Mars, as fuel is relatively scarce on the moon." Another post. "As I said in my post, we will still do Mars in parallel, but the critical path to a self-growing moon city is faster. The moon city can be made to be self-growing in less than half the time of Mars. The critical juncture for humanity's expansion beyond Earth is having a self-growing civilization off-world before the resupply ships stop coming." He also posts, "SpaceX will build a system that allows anyone to travel to the moon. This will be so insanely cool. By the way, sign me the fuck up. Mars is a pretty big commitment, but the moon, a couple of days each way, bro, I'm all over it." He also confirmed, and Mars too. And don't forget the most important objective of all, straight from the horse's mouth.
We definitely want a rocket to reach Uranus. That's it's a stretch goal to reach Uranus, but definitely something we think we should aim for.
Too good not to share. So bringing things full circle, Eric Weinstein's earlier points, he was over the target there. The key takeaway, without a better understanding of the universe, e.g. understanding new physics, developing new technology, which is where Grok comes in. Without a better understanding of the universe, it would not be possible to extend consciousness and life as we know it to the stars. Therefore, the most important objectives for SpaceX, having now acquired XAI and Grok to help with that understanding part. Number 1, back up humanity. An off-site backup. The fastest place possible is the moon in order to ensure that consciousness and life as we know it survives. While doing that, use Grok to figure out how to extend consciousness and life as we know it to the stars. And this mission of SpaceX's is going to create a forcing function to not only develop a base on the moon, another base on Mars, but to meaningfully advance AI, to build a constellation from Earth initially of 1 million space-based AI satellites for training and inference to help Grok gain a better understanding of the universe, to discover new physics, to help develop new technology. The mission of SpaceX is going to massively accelerate the advancement of AI, improvements in technology, and our understanding of the universe. And I can't believe it, but I made it all the way to the end of this video without once mentioning the clear and obvious long-term synergies with the SpaceX mission and Neuralink. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.